All right, shalom, shalom. I'm going to start by giving infinite honors and praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Harachak, Wadash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and are worthy of their double honors. Peace and blessings to you, Aki, and pushing out this truth across the four corners during these last seconds of time. Shalom, shalom. This lesson is going to be entitled, Thy words were found, and I did eat them. Thy words were found, and I did eat them. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, Lord willing, this message is edifying. All right, and ultimately, thy word was found from the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, the Heavenly Father, whom the world ignorantly calls God, through his Son, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, who is the Word. All right, pursuant to the book of John, the first chapter, Yahweh Shai is the Word. So when these words were found, all right, we did eat them, we took them in, we consumed them, we devoured them, all right? Yahweh Shai said he cometh in a volume of the book, all right, in the book of Ezekiel, all right, this word is likened unto a roll, okay? Matter of fact, let me get that, and I'll go back to Jeremiah 15. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. And that roll is ultimately likened unto this word, all right, this great book, the Bible, okay? The truth, precept upon precept, line upon line, the Heavenly Father and his Son by their true Hebrew names, and which you so-called Native Americans, Latinos, and Negroes must call on to be saved, all right? Your belly is likened unto your mind, all right? Our mind digests and devours this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We take it in, we process it, and it refreshes us. Okay, we're brought back to the remembrance. The scriptures say, in their captivity they shall think upon my name and remember it. All right, what is that name? What is the Heavenly Father and the Son's name, if thou can tell? Okay, we're brought back into our heritage. We were discontinued, but now we're continued by this word, by this food. Okay, the scriptures, the law, the prophets, all right, the gospel, okay, Yahweh Shai. And I'm going to read it from the top again, Ezekiel 3:3. And he said unto me, I'm going to start at 1, Ezekiel 3:1. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest. Eat this roll and go speak unto the house of Israel. First and foremost, the Lord, all right, is not sent to any other nation except the nation of Israel. First and foremost, okay? Amongst the nation of Israel, you have the hopeful elect, 144,000 after the order of Melchizedek. Okay, the Lord said, eat this roll and go speak unto the house of Israel. Scriptures tell us that Yahweh Shai said he cometh not except for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Let's get that real quick. This is Matthew chapter 10. Verse 5, these 12 Yahweh Shai sent forth and commanded them, saying, red letters, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And that's what the elect are commanded to do across the four corners. All right. The word was found. We found the word, and then we did eat it. We went out to teach, all right, to expound upon these things in the spirit of power, Yahweh Shemiel Shai, to not neglect the gift that was in us, okay? So ultimately, the opposite of neglect is basically to nourish it, because if you're neglecting something, you're putting it away. If you're nourishing something, you're attending to it. You're tending to it constantly and constantly, and through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shemiel Shai, the Lord and his men from the apostles on down to the least of us, Lord willing, I'm of that number. We're tending on to righteousness. We're tending on to these mysteries, these parables, the prophecies. All right. And the Lord said he coming not except for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So Ezekiel 3:1, I'll read it again. All right, just addressing the nation Israel. First and foremost, that's who this word is for. That's who this food is for, to digest. Okay, this sound doctrine. Ezekiel 3:1. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest. Eat this roll, this doctrine, the Bible, okay, front and back, okay, like it goes into in Revelation 19:10. Testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. When you go into that word prophecy in the blue letter, it goes into the utterance of Old Testament prophets, roughly paraphrasing. So that's what prophecy is. So before the New Testament, you had what? The Old Testament, quote unquote, so to speak. So the apostles, many a times, all right, Apostle Paul, okay, quoted heavily in the Old Testament, all right? The law and the prophets, Yahushua said, think not that I come to destroy the law. He coming to fulfill. How is Yahushua going to fulfill? He's going to fulfill it in himself, in the word, because Yahushua is the word. Ezekiel 3:2, so I opened my mouth and he caused me to eat that roll. All right, and we've all taken in this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right, the sweet and the bitter. The sweet, knowing that we're connected to our power. We're his chosen people. We have his name. All right, we're able to have the kingdom within ourselves, okay, and fight this fight righteously. But the bitter, because we're still in this captivity. We are yet this day in our captivity, the slavery. All right, we're being ruled over. These other nations are having that way with us, so to speak. Hosea 8:8, we are likened unto a vessel that has no pleasure. Wherein there's no pleasure. We've been swallowed up by the other nations. All right, and worshiping their idols and their customs, and eating their food, their doctrines, right? But as we're going to get into in Jeremiah 15, all right, about this word, which is Yahushua. And I just want to bring out a precept after I read Ezekiel 3:3. It says, Ezekiel 3:3, and he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. You see? Verse 4, he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel and speak my words unto them. All right. And that, what it says in Ezekiel 3:1, that roll, okay, that's likened unto this doctrine. And let's prove that. And this doctrine, this word is Yahushua. This is Matthew 4:4. All right. It says, but he answered and said, and this is Yahushua speaking. I'll just get it in the Bible app. Bear with me, Akyu. This is Matthew 4:4. But he answered and said, Yahushua speaking, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of our power. You see? So man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of thy power. And the word is these scriptures, precept upon precept, line upon line. The word is Yahushua. All right? That's why Yahushua was saying it in that manner. Man shall not live by bread alone. All right? Because we esteem this word higher than our actual food that we eat, man, because this word, the scriptures, all right, they tell us what to eat. So we esteem the word higher than what we actually eat, because the scriptures, the word tells us what to eat. Okay? Let's prove that. This is Job 23:12. I'll start at 11. It says, my foot had held his steps. His way have I kept. The ways of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right, the apostles' doctrine, okay, eating this food, this word, this sound doctrine, the name of the Lord and his son, those lyrics, singing that song, that new song in Revelation, the 14th chapter, That same song that's in Exodus, the 15th chapter. The Lord is a man of war. The horse and his rider had he thrown into the sea. Okay, Revelation 19:10, the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. The New Testament uttering the Old Testament. All right? The whole roll, the scriptures, the volume of the book, the entirety, which is Yahushua. We're going to get that. Job 23:11, my foot had held his steps, his way have I kept and not declined. Neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. The commandment is a light, the law is a lamp. All right? It says, I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. You see, because the words, these scriptures, they guide us and tell us how to eat, what to eat, when to eat, how to fast, when not to eat. So before we pick up a piece of bread, right? We're going to say, okay, well, what type of bread is this? That's likened onto doctrine. All right. We're going to make sure it's whole, sound, all right, and nourishing for us. And that comes from no other place besides these scriptures. Isaiah 34:16. All right. Seek ye out of the book and read. None shall want is made. So let's go back to Ezekiel 3 because, well, let's go back to Matthew 4:4. Let's read it. Matthew 4:4. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of our power. That's right. And Yahushua said, no man coming to the Father except through me. You have to come to the Father through Yahushua. How do you do that? Through the word. Yahushua is the word. All right. Apostle Paul said, I'm an Israelite. All right. According to the flesh. My brethren, my kinsmen. Okay. You have to be called the election. This is a members only club in righteousness. So I'll read that in the NLT, which is on the right hand side. It says, but Yahushua told him, no, the scriptures say people do not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of our power. You see? And if we read it in Job, esteem these words. I'll just read it one more time. More than a necessary food. Okay? Job 23:12. Neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. You see? So that's how much we value the word. All right? That's how much it nourishes us. It's a good meal. Our daily bread. All right? Give us this day our daily bread. Okay? The word. Because the word tells us how to be, how to live, what mindset to keep, what times we're in, the season. All right? What to be doing. What names we should be calling upon. Right? So let's go back really quickly to Ezekiel 3. And I'll just make a quick point. Ezekiel 3:2. So I open my mouth and he caused me to eat that roll. All right, which is the word, which is the scriptures, which is Yahushua. All right. And I'll just get straight to the point. This is John 1. All right. And I'll start at 14. It says, and the word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory. So now it's describing the word as his, right? It says the word was made flesh. How was the word made flesh? Because Yahushua actually walked the earth over 2,000 years ago in the flesh. So the word, which is Yahushua, was made flesh because he actually was here walking amongst us. And prophecy was fulfilled. After 3 days, he was risen again, man. All right? It was fulfilled. And so shall it be fulfilled again. All right? How he was taken up, in the same manner he shall return. All right? John 1:14. And the word was made flesh and dwelt amongst us. And we beheld his glory. Whose glory? The word's glory. Who's the word? Yahushua. So how can the word be identified as a man, his or him? Right? Because it's Yahushua is speaking of, whom the word literally calls Jesus Christ. It says, and the word was made flesh and dwelt among us, And we beheld his glory. The glory is of the only begotten of the Father, you see? So that's speaking of Yahushua, point blank period. The word. It said the word, the glory of the word was of the only begotten of the Father. Now that's speaking of an actual man. All right, that walked the earth. That's speaking of Yahushua. All right. Verse 15. Oh, the latter end of 14. The glory is of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. John bare witness of him and cried, saying, this was he of whom I spake. He that cometh after me is preferred before me, for he was before me. Speaking to Yahushua. All right. The preeminence, like it goes into in Colossians. All right. Who's the image of the invisible power? Okay. John 1:1, it says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. All right. And when you interpret this, basically it goes into it. And I got a little footnote here. It says the first God is talking about Yahweh. The second is Yahushua. And that's perfect in line with order. Okay. All right. So it should read, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with our power, and the Word was a power. All right. So the Word was with the Most High, our power. Okay. Yahweh, and the Word was a power. All right. Which is Yahushua. Okay, the top judge, the top Alahayim. All right, Alahayim goes into power, judges. Okay, powers. Okay, plural. So let's see if there's something in the NLT on this. Because Yahushua is that bread, man. He's the word. All right, that we're devouring ultimately. So it's only going to be digested by certain men. They're going to have the stomachs for this prophecy, the gift. Okay, to stomach the sufferings, to go through it, to get to the glory in the end. All right, Lord willing, I'll be at that number. So this is John 1:14 in the NLT. It says, so the Word became human and made his home among us. He was full of unfailing love and faithfulness, and we have seen his glory, the glory of the Father's one and only Son. So it's telling you that the Word is the Father's one and only Son, whom is Yahushua. All right. So let's go from here to Jeremiah 15. This is Jeremiah 15. And I'll start at verse 15. O Lord, thou knowest, remember me and visit me and revenge me of my persecutors. Take me not away in thy long suffering. Know that for thy sake I have suffered rebuke. That's right, man. For the Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua's sake, we suffer rebuke. But for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua's sake, we endure all things. Verse 16, thy words were found and I did eat them. You see? So that's the gist of the lesson. All right. The word being Yahushua, the word was found. All right. We were woke up to this truth by the Lord. And we ate this word, we devoured it. All right, we swallowed it down. Okay, this doctrine, the apostles' doctrine, the ways, that our customs, our heritage. All right, and it gave us great joy. It says, and thy word was unto me the joy and rejoicing of mine heart. For I am called by thy name, O Lord Yahweh, power of hosts. That's right, the heaven's armies, the Lord of Sabaoth. All right. So we take in this understanding, the scriptures, the breakdowns. All right. Our heritage, our nationality, the Lashawan Kodash, the Hebrew. OK. And the Lord gives us this mindset, and we're able to escape these times. Allah Salas, that day is great, for this is the time of Jacob's trouble, and he shall be saved out of it. This is 2nd Ezra 8:4. So answered I and said, swallow then down, O my soul, understanding, and devour wisdom. I'll read it again, 2nd Ezra 8:4. So answered I and said, swallow then down, O my soul, understanding, and devour wisdom. And like it says in Jeremiah, the 15th chapter, all right, the 16th verse, it says, thy words were found and I did eat them. All right. And thy word was unto me the joy and rejoicing of mine heart, for I am called by thy name, O Lord Yahweh of hosts. And how can you literally eat words like it said, swallow down understanding? All right, it's talking about the scriptures. It's talking about precepts upon precepts, lines upon lines. It's talking about the Jeremiah 28:8. All right, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old have prophesied against many kingdoms of pestilence, war, all right, secular history, geopolitics, all these things coming in full circle, and we're taking them in, and ultimately it's only for the elect. It's a members only club, all right. The election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded, all right. So thy words were found, and I did eat them, Lord willing. All right, this message was edifying. I'm gonna give infinite honors and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harachakwadash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and are worthy of their double honors. Peace and blessings. Until next time, Kwam Yashala.